So good morning, Karen with Veronica's Tarot here. I'm going to do two readings today. There is this spread. Um, I'm using the Wizard's Tarot, and there's a book here, and with that came with the deck, and the spread here is your best self. I'll talk about it, and you can use this as, a way to learn a new spread or as a reading. I'm doing it as a reading, but I'll try my best to also explain as we go. I just tried it on myself, and it was spot on. So I'm liking it. So here we go. So this is called Your Best Self. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull, I'm looking at the book. The first card is the goal. The second card, which is in the middle of the cross, is the challenge. So the goal is what to set your sights on, the next stage in your advancement. The challenge is the nature of the current challenge. And then strength is your strength that will be most helpful. And then the weakness is what you should downplay or avoid doing. And then the 5 is the advice. How to use your strength to counterbalance your weakness and successfully overcome the challenge. So I'll explain too as we go. This is really cool. I hope it resonates with some or several of you. I think I will do this every once in a while as add one, because the next one in this book I really liked too. I couldn't decide which one to do. So we'll do this one first. So basically this is about how to achieve your best self, and usually it will have to do with a situation, and you'll know what that situation is because it's probably one that you're kind of struggling with, or going back and forth in your head about. Let's see how this works. So the first card, which is number 1, is the goal. This is what to set our sights on. It's the 7 of Swords. The challenge, the nature of the current challenge. This is kind of what's kind of causing you to take a look at this, which is the Emperor. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So 3 is the strength. 4 is the weakness. And 5 is the advice, how to use. This is basically how to use the strength to counterbalance the weakness. 2 of Pentacles. Oh, golly. There's 3 cups at the bottom of the deck. You know what's really odd? I did this for me before I'm recording. I did one specifically for me, and this card was on the bottom of the deck as well. I'm not going to read the bottom of the deck because I don't know that really has anything to do with this reading. So the first card is the 7 of Swords, and this is kind of what you need to do, like to become your best self. So the 7 of Swords, to me, that can be like a weird card, right? It can be about, misleading and things like that. But when I look at it on a point where it's especially directed at me or something I have to work on, to me, it's more about taking back what's mine, not leaving something behind. And that can mean it's not necessarily physical, it's emotional, it's intellectual, it can be anything like that. Make sure that you're getting what you deserve out of this situation, and make sure that you don't leave a part of you behind, or something behind that you need. I mean, plain and simple. So for instance, in a relationship, make sure that you're not the only one giving, that you're getting, and make sure that, what you're putting into it, you're not losing yourself in the relationship as well. So sometimes, or in a job, it's the same thing. We can lose ourselves very easily because we're so focused on doing better with the job or the relationship or whatever. We're focused on that, and then we tend to forget about us and who we truly are inside. and where we come from. And I think that's really important. And then the Emperor is the challenge. The nature of the current challenge is the Emperor. And that's, to me, is about control and doing what's right and doing the right thing. It's not justice, but it's about setting boundaries. It's about the black and white. This is the expectation. I think there is a little bit if this is for you, there's probably this loss of control feeling, or you're wanting either too much control or you're not getting enough control. It can be either one of those. I feel like it's probably you're not getting enough control, or you want to control something you can't, but you're leaving something behind and you don't want to do that. And if it's because you want more control, it kind of makes, I don't know, I'm kind of like stuck on that one. It could be either or. And I think it depends on the situation and your situation specifically. And I think that's okay in a group reading like this. That's what I feel like. Like it's just really about that, like taking control back. It really is. The strength that will be most helpful is the Tower. I'm not showing you any of these cards. So here's the Seven of Swords, and in the middle of the cross is the Emperor. And now we have the Tower as our strength. Now, how could the Tower be a strength? Well, it's allowing things to fall. Like, I feel like it's almost like the strength is going to be things are going to change. Ugh. I don't feel like that's something you're doing. I feel like that's something that's happening. Like there is a change, a shift coming in whatever this situation is. And that is going to be a strength because whatever this is going to help you flip. That's what I feel like. And then the Queen of Wands is our weakness, something you should try to avoid. So what is that? It's the Queen of Wands. Well, to me, that's probably avoid being too over optimistic, avoid being too pushy, motivated, or acting that way. Don't disguise how you feel by having this type of personality, which is that vivacious motivation. Oh, everything's all hunky-dory. I'm going to make everybody happy, and I'm going to make sure everybody's, in a good place, and I'm going to entertain, and all of those things. And keep in mind, the Queen of Wands to me is also an actress. To me, the wands in general, the courts can be actresses or people on stage because they're not afraid of the attention. They want the attention. They've got that energy, that motivation. To me, that's what it is. And so sometimes when I look at it as a weakness, it's maybe we're trying to put on a fake face. And that's a weakness because if everyone always thinks we're happy all the time, then they think you're happy all the time. And not everybody's happy all the time. So this is just, a forewarning that this could be a weakness. I don't think it's completely, because the reason why is the bottom is how to deal with both the strength and the weakness, right? And that is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is saying keep balance for both those things. Make sure that, you're staying in balance with changes. So the Emperor is that black and white, that sticking to the rules, playing it by the rules, all of those things. And he creates rules and he has control. Well, the wands are everything's hunky-dory and everything's going to be okay. But the positive thing is things are changing. Well, then everything's not okay if the positive is the change. So, to me, keeping that perspective in balance, that it's still okay to have a little bit of that Queen of Wands, and it's still okay to make major changes, but remember the balance in between the two, and to remember to, keep both parts of you alive. Don't lose the Queen of Wands in you, but watch it, because you want to scale back a little bit maybe. And then the tower is about wanting just, a drastic overall. I want to put a warning. I just got this like really weird message, literally like, don't do anything drastic. I just felt like something drastic could happen, like someone just up and quits their job or leaves a relationship or just kind of does something really like out of the blue, really drastically. So, forewarning, I got the don't. Don't do anything. If the situation feels like you, don't do anything um, without really thinking it through. Don't do anything. What I want to say, like, uh, just cause. Make sure that you understand what you're doing. That challenge is a positive. I mean, that tower is in a positive position. But when I was just talking about it, I got a clear message on being careful not to just up and quit, up and leave a relationship, up and say la vie to this or that, or vice versa. Don't just jump in and select a job, or if they give you an offer, maybe don't just jump in. So yeah, be real careful. I got more of the feeling like don't jump out of something that is stable. Make sure that what you're doing is going to benefit you. That was strange. That's the first time I've gotten a really huge message when doing a collective reading like that. So if anyone's listening, please take that warning. That means that goes to somebody. Um, I would assume that was clear as day. So there you have it. That's a fun spread. I really like it. Again, I did it for myself. This is the Wizard's Tarot. The book is by Barbara Moore, so it's one of her spreads. And she's got the book of spreads too, so she does some really good spreads. Tomorrow or the next day, if I have another time to do multiple videos, the next time I do, I'll do the next one in this book because it's really cool too. So I'm going to actually do it for myself today just for fun. So take care. Have a beautiful day. I will post these two, but they'll be spread out. So I'll post. This one will probably be second. So I'm recording it first, but I'm gonna post it second. Take care.